Aloha, this is Reverend Blaine Higa of the Kona Hongwanji Buddhist Temple. I would like to share with you a message written by Reverend Bruce Nakamura of the North Hawaii Hongwanji temples, consisting of Honokaa, Paauilo, Kamuela, and Kohala Hongwanjis. Mom Always Said by Reverend Bruce Nakamura. As 6 siblings growing up together in our Wainaku home, there were so many life lessons Mom and Dad left for us by repeating them over and over and over. Somehow they must have known that we would slowly connect the dots for a sensible framework for mature and responsible living. Our father spent most of his work time out on the road, and Mom was the lawgiver and enforcer at home. As we began to help, learn, and grow together as brothers and sisters, my vantage point as the middle child, which I now can appreciate, was perhaps the best way for developing a balanced perspective. As a toddler, basic skills meant learning to brush our teeth properly, washing our face and hands after the toilet. Other skills such as keeping one's eyes and face clean, blowing one's nose nicely and keeping it clean, listening to the teacher's instructions, taking our turn, following the leader or person in front of you, so on and so forth. Whatever interactive behavior and social graces learned at school were repeated and reinforced at home, in work and play. If there is an opportunity to expand that behavior to enlarge our world, we all benefited. One of the most frightening yet cathartic childhood experiences I recall and cannot ever forget was when I was 4 years old. At that age, in 1959, no one had the benefit of going to preschool. All the kids shadowed Mom wherever she went and whatever chore or task she undertook, each older sibling instinctively looking after and the care of the next younger one. Besides Mom's household and domestic responsibilities, we spent time cleaning an acre around our home surrounded by 6 acres of farmland. One day, mid-morning, we were working pulling weeds along the boundary between our lot and the neighbor across the street. Though unable to recall the specific moment, some sort of debris went flying into my left eye, and I only recall crying out in anguish, unable to see. Mama immediately grabbed my shoulder, looking into my face. She asked, "Which eye hurts?" I believe I could only point to my left eye, whimpering in pain. Mama gently yet firmly placed her tongue into my eye socket, beginning to feel around until she made contact with the foreign object. Then Mom dislodged it with the tip of her tongue. I believe it was the most visceral experience I've ever could remember. Yet it was warm and so comforting. I'll never forget it as long as I live. She then commenced cleaning my eyes and washed my face and hands with the hosepipe water. Mama gently reminded me to be more careful weeding and set me back to work with the other kids. I know that Mom grew up herself not being indulged upon. In other words, neither the adult feeling sorry for the victim nor the victim overindulging the self with self-pity. With no time for feeling sorry for oneself and other siblings in tow, the basic lesson for all of us coming from our mom was, if you have time getting hurt while doing your chores, you weren't paying attention enough to what you're supposed to be doing in the first place. In addition to paying attention to what we should be doing, we had a mutual responsibility toward others around us to remain safe and be responsible. We learn the most basic human lessons from our chores, which apply to our whole lives as we make our way in the world around us. There are so many childhood life lessons that relate to our current situations today. So as we listen to the basic safety precautions repeated over and over in our families, communities, and the media regarding the COVID-19 pandemic sweeping across our world, we take pause and reflect even more deeply upon the most basic life skills that were learned at home, at preschool, and wherever we went, wash our hands regularly, observe safe social distancing, and recite the Nembutsu of gratitude, living each moment at the very threshold of supreme light and unsurpassed life. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandabs, namandabs, namandabs. Mama's love simply soothes, so warm, deep. Namandabu. Thank you for listening. Please take care and be well. Mahalo.